Testing 1 2, testing 1 2, testing radio broadcasting system. Who is on here today? I have some questions for you, and I am excited to be on here today. All right. Happy Friday, people. Rock and roll. If you're a replayer, let me know in the comments you're a replayer. And I think I have the question that will get a response here because it's got an incredible response in other areas. How old are you, if you're willing to answer that? How old are you? And where are you listening in from today? Huh? Come on now. Hello, happy Friday, happy Friday. How has everyone's week been? How are we doing today? I'm excited about this one. I'm going to make a post. I actually made a post and I caught myself. It already had like 7 likes. We'll see what the alternative one here has in a second. But I'm excited today to be on here. I was going to title this a few different things. One was how to feel miserable as an artist. Another one was how to feel amazing as an artist. And it's interesting because there's a post that I've made a few times. My Facebook memories popped it up again. And let's see here. There we go. My Facebook memories popped this up. How we doing? Where's everybody at? Where's that at? The chat thing. Oh, it's not showing up right this second. Well, that's all right. So here's the interesting thing. I made a post and then I removed it because I have had the tip I want to give to all of you today that if you so choose to exercise this tip, it can and will change your life. I truly believe it. So I put up a post that I had found somewhere that somebody had made at some point in time. I don't know where I got it. But the post was how to feel miserable as an artist or what not to do, underline any that currently apply. So number 1 was constantly compare yourself to other artists. Number 2 was talk to your family about what you do and expect them to cheer you on. Number 3 was base the success of your entire career on one project. Number 4 was stick with what you know. Number 5 was undervalue your expertise. Number 6, let money dictate what you do. Number 7, bow to societal pressures. Number 8, only do work that your family would love. Number 9, do whatever the client, customer, gallery owner, patron, investor asks. Number 10, set unachievable, overwhelming goals to be accomplished by tomorrow. And so again, this was something I put up and it already had a comment and 7 likes. Like right out of the gate, I put this up before. And a lot of people can really relate. I don't know who's been on here and just heard that whole list. The whole list was how to feel miserable as an artist or what not to do. Underline any that currently apply. Now, something in my own life and those that I've been coaching with that I have been doing is that I have realized in my life and that those that I work with that we tend to get what we focus on. So who's on here right now? 22 of you? Somewhere in different places? Let me know if this is relating. If you got to hear all of those, I can potentially repeat them one more time. And then I have a different list and I have another thing to focus on. And then what I'd love to see, if this works the way it worked the other day in something, is let me know how old all of you are. I'd be really curious to know what all of your ages are who are listening. Your ages and where you're listening in from today. And if this is relating, put relate. So let me know there in the comments, and we'll go from there. So how to feel miserable as an artist. So what not to do. So this list, when I put it on, there was some resistance because I'm like, I've been shifting. This is what people do all the time. They focus on what they do not want and don't put any focus on what it is that they actually want. And so I removed it and I wanted to do this live today and I wanted to provide some context because for me, it's been an absolute game changer to be able to find out how am I thinking. So this is great. To draw awareness to what may be causing issues or problems is fantastic, but we usually don't always know how and what the opposite of that is. And so therefore, I made a different list. I wanted to showcase to everyone what it would look like to not just have awareness about what makes you feel miserable and to focus on what that you do not want And this is the game changer. If you can gain awareness, and a lot of people, they know what they don't want. They talk about it all the time. For me, at one point in my career was, I don't want to do video anymore. I don't want to travel anymore. I don't want to have debt anymore. The problem is that all I talked about all the time. Every person I talked to was, I don't really want to travel anymore. I don't want to really do video anymore. I don't really want to have debt. The years I talked about that in the most intense ways were the years I gained more debt than I ever had and had more video jobs than I ever had before, and I traveled more than I had ever traveled before. And so I didn't realize this the last few years, but I haven't had this shift that I'm telling you all today to shift. So I'm going to give you the opposite of that list I read first. And I'm going to be posting this on my Facebook page as well. But what I realized is in the last few years, when some people brought this to my attention, I stopped talking about what I didn't want. I stopped talking about not wanting to travel, not wanting to do video, or not being in debt anymore. And I shifted that to staying home, to coaching, and to being abundant. Just those three things. There's many other things. And I realized that not just because of COVID or Corona or anything like that, because planes have still been flying around, but I have not been on a plane since March. That's been almost, 6 months? I cannot think of a time since probably 2010 to 2011 that I have gone 6-month stretch and not traveled. I have at least once a month to every other month flown on a plane and been gone from anywhere from a week to a couple weeks at a time, probably a couple weeks at the longest time, but usually at least a couple days to a week or so. And this year, I haven't been on a plane since March. This year, my income will be primarily coaching. And every year prior for the last 14, 15 years, it has either been 100% or it has been 90 to 95% video production. And so this shift from focusing on what I didn't want to what I wanted made a profound impact in my life, and I've seen it in others. So this list of, how to feel miserable as an artist is this thing I posted, and I posted before, and then I muted it because I wanted to give some context, because I realized that a lot of people do know some of these things, and it's great to have awareness. So now I made a list, how to feel amazing as an artist or creator, and what to focus on. So number one, focus on where you are at in your journey, not where others are at in their journey. Focus on telling your dreams to people who will support you and will cheer you on. Focus your success over your lifetime of projects and body of work. Focus on learning and growing every day. Value your expertise and know you are worth it. Focus on doing work that lights you up. Do what you want to do, not what society says you should do. Do what you want to do, not what your family wants you to do. Focus on collaborating and doing what you know is best for the client, customer, patron, etc. Focus on having fun, enjoying life, and being and doing your best each and every single day. And know that you rock. So this has been something that to me has been really profound, is to start to figure out what it is that we don't want, but to figure out the opposite of that. When we're telling our story, when we're talking to people, when we're thinking and speaking every day, can we focus and think and speak about what it is that we want, not focusing and speaking about what it is that we don't want? It's as if you know where you're at right now and you're in park and you got a GPS and you put no destination into the GPS. You can't get it. You can drive wherever you want, but you might, and then you'll have this frustration that you're not getting anywhere. This is what I hear a lot in life. I'm not where I want to be. I'm not as farther along than I thought I'd be. All these kind of things, but we never know where we want to go. We never put any focus on that. It's just kind of this ethos thing out there where it's like, I know I hate where I'm at, but I don't know where I'm going. Now, some people, I always joke about the good old Jeep Wranglers with the quote on the back that says, not all those who wander are lost. And this is true. Not all those who wander are lost. And they're very happy with wandering around and being nomadic, and they don't know what they're going to do from day to day, and they don't know where they're going from month to month. And at some point in time, that grows old. And for some people, they know what they're doing every day, and maybe that's grown old, and they want to be more that other way. But my thing is let's start to flip that switch. And this bold title here that says, this will transform your life, or it won't. I really, really, really believe with every bone in my body that I've seen it in my own life and I've seen it in others, that what we focus on, we get. So where are you focusing? I put another thing up the other day that was like a photography quote or something that I saw, and it was about focus. And it said, just like life is like a camera. Just focus on what's important and capture the good times. Develop from the negatives, and if things don't work out, just take another shot. And I really think that that is such a powerful thing, for all those who are creators, especially in the realm of videography and photography and, things where you're using a camera. They're great analogies. And so my big thing is if it's working for you, fantastic. And if it's not, then that's what we have to think about. Because too many times there's people who have things that are working really well and they're loving it and they're having a blast. Or they're doing that opposite list, I told you, the negative one, and they go tell somebody and they're all excited about it and they shoot you down. Right? And then you're like, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't do this. And I don't know. So, anywho, how do you have so much amazing? I just had a buddy. Here's the hack, man. My man. The reality is that hack for me. How do I get up in the morning and have energy to do this and things like that? I'm doing something I love. I have designed my life to be able to get up every day as a collective whole, right? As a collective whole. And I have eliminated almost everything in my life that I really don't want to do. I mean, I was telling somebody the other day, and they got it, and some people won't, but I'm sitting here at a couch right now. Now, some of you have seen a slightly different setup where I'm standing, it looks like. In this background, you can see the entire background, and it's more squared up on me because I'm standing, and there's a DSLR. So right here is a power cord, okay, at my couch. I literally have a power cord that's about 4 feet away that if I were to take this right now, unplug this, and go set it up in the other area, I would just unplug this here, just this, and set it down, and then I would go set my laptop over there, and there's another cord, and I would take it, and I would plug it in. My phone, there is a cord right now, right where I'm sitting, where I can plug it in. If I go stand at that setup, there is a cord to plug it in. I have 2 remotes right here. These remotes will turn off my setup. These remotes will turn it back on. If I go stand up, there is another remote right up there where I can turn that light on and turn that light off. I believe that there are things like that in life every day where we moan and we complain and we're upset. And I've done this many a time. And there's little things like that. I mean, heck, every phone you've gotten through time, some people probably have 4 or 5 of these. So I try to, just from having phones, and they all still work. So I have one in my car. I have one by, where we charge it at night. I have 2 right here. I do what I can to make my life be as fun and enjoyable and as easy as I can make it. That doesn't mean there's never challenges. That doesn't mean there's never difficulties. It doesn't mean there's never hard things to do or things that I have to push through. But as a collective, I have built my life to have it work for me rather than against me. So some of us have those moments where it's like it's plugged in here, so now I got to unplug it and go find the plug in there and plug it in. And those extra moments in time, they irritate us. So I've eliminated a lot of those kind of things. And I've set myself up to where I have it, where I'm able to put myself in a situation from little things like that to getting on here right now. my hack is I'm talking about things that I am passionate about. And the more I practice it, the more I do it, the better I get at it. And the more uninhibited I become, the more I say whatever, the more I get little baby Yoda out here and I go, try or try not. Because this guy is a little weird. Right? I don't even know what I was saying there. I went into another thing. But anyways, for those of you just checking in for the first time, welcome to the Mind Mechanic Show. No, but I have fun. And the more fun I have, the more people relate, right? The more people connect. And the more I am myself, the more I give permission to others to be themselves as well. And to me, when we're feeling is because we're resisting that which we really want, that which we really want to do. You know, for me, I was given a scenario the other day. I've given people this, and I'll ask all of you. If I gave you the task of cutting down a tree, and before you I placed a butter knife and a chainsaw, and you knew what they both did, and I said, just cut down the tree. Which do you want to choose? Once you've made the choice, you can't go back. Don't be stupid. Don't be anything. Just which would you choose? And I have had people who have said, tell me I can't cut the tree down with a butter knife and I'll prove you wrong, right? That's a certain type of person. Now, not the vast majority of people would not do that. They'd take that chainsaw. Now, that in life may seem simple. It may seem easy. But here's what I am here to tell you. What's your chainsaw in life? And what's your butter knife? See, for me right now, in my life, I'm going to give you my wife and I. In my life, this is my chainsaw. This is easy for me. This is not difficult. This is not hard. This is not fun. This is fun. This is easy. This is like breathing. It's very simple. But what my wife does every day with her craft business is her chainsaw. But I can promise you it is the polar opposite of what I do. She is never sending audios or videos or doing things like this. She's never getting on the phone and talking to people. She's never, having to do anything in this realm, right? All of hers is typing, texting, interacting in that capacity. Whereas for me, if I'm doing that, that's my butter knife. But if she's doing this, that's her chainsaw. I hope you're following that. So for each and every single one of us, there is a metaphoric chainsaw and butter knife. And so if I start doing butter knife activities, it's difficult for me. It's hard for me. I procrastinate. I'm irritated. I feel tense and anxiety and worry and frustration, right? But when I'm doing things like this, at almost any time of the day, I can hit the live button and do something like this or get on the phone with somebody. And there's been people who know I've sent them messages at 5:30 in the morning. I can send them a message at 9:30 at night. If I'm doing this activity, it is very rare if I've made the choice to get into an interaction, to get into a connection with somebody, that you won't experience this level of energy from me. Now you start talking about sports or some other random thing that I don't really care much about, and you'll see me start to potentially get bored. Not care. Not that I don't care about the person, but it's just it's stuff I don't know about. I had a guy the other day who was talking about investments and Magic, the card game or something. I was like, man, you caught me. I ain't got nothing to say about this. I really don't know. And so that's the thing. So what's your butter knife? What's your chainsaw? What can you focus on that will empower you rather than disempower you? And when you start to change your story, when you start to change your focus, when you start to change your thoughts, your world will change. Because when you show up different, your world will show up different. There you go, my friends. Rock and roll. I will be making this post on my page. For those of you who don't, we're in a few different places. You can follow me, Michael Gebbin. It's got me and my wife, thumbs up from our wedding day. It's Gebs86 is the /, facebook.com/Gebs86. and you can dig in. There's a lot of goods there that you can check out. So I'd love to hear a message from you. If this is your first time listening, I hope you found this valuable. This is what I talk about on a pretty much weekly basis here on Monday, Tuesdays, sometimes Wednesdays, but I do another thing on Wednesdays, but Thursdays and Fridays, I do these morning mind tune-ups. And most mornings, sometimes I haven't really missed any days on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, or Fridays yet, but I sometimes have done it in the afternoon. But my goal is to give you some tweaks to your thought process, to little tune-ups to help you be more empowered. A few different question marks for people. Can people hear me today? Do I have audio? You guys hear me? Just want to make sure you guys... Probably should have said that the whole time. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Hopefully y'all heard me today. I was getting so intense on the things. What do we got there? No, we might have to do another one. I'm hearing clicks. Comments aren't there. I have this every once in a while. So I'm going to get off of here today. I hope this was working for everybody. I hope everybody heard me. And I hope you have a fantastic day. And just really think deeply about, where are you focusing? Where are you focusing? So rock and roll, my friends. Have an incredible day. Have an incredible weekend. And I'll be catching you soon. Rock and roll.